Imagine a writing system so simple, so incredibly effective that it increased your views by over 600%. Incredible. Even better, it got you monetized. But that's not what makes this system so very special. What makes it special is it does the thing no other AI can, and that is it creates a human connection with readers. Check this out. Now, this is Lynn's comment. She says, "This is so beautiful. Thank you for the inspiration, the uplifting read, and the link. All of it." And that comment was based on a piece I wrote on the couch in a matter of minutes with my phone. But again, so authentic because of it's 5 steps. Hey, it's Brian G. Johnson. I cannot wait to take you through this very simple workflow. Let's jump in. So step number 1 is you want to be really specific about the piece of content you want to have written, whether it's an essay, a blog post, a YouTube video script, whatever. And that first part is critical. You want to be specific and you want to tell Claude what to do as well as what not to do. And the good news, like I mentioned, I usually do this starting on my phone. Sometimes I take it to the computer later, but often I just do it on my phone in a few minutes and the output is incredible. In order to make this work, we really have to understand what Claude, Gemini, GPT is really trying to achieve. If we do not, it's very problematic. You see, if we don't create a winning condition for the AI, it'll create one for us and it might not prioritize what really matters to us because we didn't tell it. So these are the things to think about before you get started and what you want to share and ask Claude to do in step number 1. You want to say something like, "Hey Claude, we're writing an article that needs to be factual. I want you to pull in data points, and more important than creative writing is the factual information." So for me, when I'm writing about AI, when I'm doing research on a very specific subject, I'm not looking for creative writing. I'm looking for factual information, especially in step number 1. Furthermore, I'll tell Claude, do not synthesize, and that idea is simple. I do not want you to string ideas together. Do not do that. This is often where we run into problems, hallucinations, facts that are not really grounded in the truth because the AI, again, it didn't have that win condition. So by starting off and saying, hey, what matters to me is we are writing a piece that should be really creative, a haiku, a poem, a story, great. Then that is something you want to let the AI know. And once you say that, you're going to get information back. And if it's not a lot, that's okay. Because again, step number 2 is going to bridge the gap. And this is one of the first steps that really allows you to get so much more back. All you need to do now is you say, hey, Claude, I want you to search the web focused around the one specific topic we spoke about. And here's the clincher. This is the part that makes it so powerful, is you want to say your job is to really leverage authoritative sources. I want you to pull back information based on authority, people that know this subject matter really well, and then grab a few different ideas, counterpoints, and then come back and tell me what you found. Now at this point, this is fantastic because step 1, we told Claude what we don't want. Do not synthesize. Don't pull ideas together. Just tell me what you know. Now we're pulling back the sources from the web and we're starting to build the data that will allow us to create the story, the blog post, the video script. So the thing to think about is you want authoritative sources, people that you can trust, authors, speakers, thought leaders, and so on. Think about data points, statistics, maybe even quotes. And you can say, hey, Claude, find some quotes on this subject matter. This is powerful if, again, you're creating a blog post, really content creation, content writing for the web. Now, step number 3 is next, and it'll have a direct impact on just how many people discover your content. And the secret, well, same as it ever was. engagement. Think more likes, comments, people subscribing, which again is really all about engagement, which is the thing that every algorithm measures. Little engagement, little views, it's always been the same. So the thing we want to think about is, well, what makes someone comment? What makes them really love something or oppose your ideas? It's always really your individual perspective, and you want to make sure that gets into the article. So all you do in step 3 is you say, hey, Claude, Gemini, GPT, now I want you to write the article. Again, do not synthesize, pull the ideas from the trusted sources. And this is my perspective. This is what I'm really excited about, upset about. This is what I'm worried about. And add those things in. That's the human connection. And it's so simple, and yet it's the thing I think a lot of people are leaving out, or they're not sure, or they kind of know, and yet when they move forward, they leave it out. What if you don't really have, sadly, a perspective? It's as simple as having a conversation. What I would recommend is before you start writing the article, and again, I just do this on my phone. Step number 1, hey, Claude, let's write an article about blogging in 2026 or using AI to create content. What do you know about this? Don't synthesize, just bring it back. And when you go through this process, it's very powerful. Now, if you know you want to create a piece around a subject, but you don't have it figured out, then before you do this, have a similar conversation and just ask Claude, help me through this. Ask questions about the audience, the demographic, who I'm trying to connect with, and so on. And when you do that, naturally what will happen is your perspective will start to unfold. And then step number 4 is so very simple. You just say, Claude, now I want you to write the article based on what we spoke about. Maybe give it some parameters, like I want it to be this long, this many words. For my blog post, I might want between 1,500 and 2,500 words. For a video, I might want to try to hit between 8 to 12 minutes. But I never want to pad. It's really just about understanding the structure, what's important to the piece of content, and more. So you let Claude do its thing, and then again, you simply review what Claude wrote, and then you revise and you edit. This part, again, is you guiding the AI with your own personal ideas. Now, I've done this so many times. That's the 5 steps. Step number 5 is you say, okay, I love what you wrote, but there are some problems. Or the beginning doesn't have much of a hook. Now, if you're on YouTube, this is powerful. You can say, hey, we need a compelling hook. We need to say something powerful. What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? If it doesn't, if it's not sure, we'll say, hey, do some research, and so on. Now, the more you do this, the more you're thinking through and you're using the AI as an assistant. This is what really separates great writing that's leveraging AI versus people that are just pressing a button, trying to automate hundreds of articles. And I just saw someone talking about that yesterday. This is without question the way forward to keep your voice, to keep your authenticity, and do this. Check out this video on the screen now. I'll see you there. You dig?